On my way to another trip to Rapture. I hope they got all that leaking problem fixed. I don't feel like getting my pants wet again. Yeah, that totally didn't sound right.
The story of Bioshock 2 takes place 8 years after the events of Bioshock 1. This time around, the player will take control of an older model of a Big Daddy. If it considers that this one actually has a first name, I guess the name would be Subject Delta. The story is told once again through the audio tapes that you will recover throughout the game and the radio conversations you will have with survivors of the Rapture City Civil War. Although I can't really call them conversations because once again your character doesn't say a thing. Subject Delta awakens after a long period's sleep and is driven to find the little sister named Eleanor he was paired with. A new character in the series named Sophia Lamb fears that the reunion between Subject Delta and Eleanor, who turns out to be Sophia Lamb's daughter, will ruin the experiment, and so she sends her followers under the name the Rapture Family and the new and far more deadly Big Sisters out to stop you. In an even more desperate situation, Subject Delta discovers that if he does not reunite with Eleanor, a failsafe will activate within him and put him in a permanent coma. Now, depending on your actions throughout the game, you will be given one of three endings. At first, the ending that I got was the good ending. However, I thought it was a little underwhelming. But after giving it some time, I came to accept the ending as it was, and really agreed that it was a wonderful ending, and it fits in the standards of how the journey unfolds throughout Rapture. Gameplay to Bioshock 2 is played out nearly exactly how the game was in Bioshock 1. You will travel through Rapture and collect a wide collection of weapons and plasmids which you can both be upgraded and customized the way the player wants. Using a collection of plasmids and bullets, or even missiles, it's just as effective as ever, as you will battle your way through hordes of enemies. Certain moments in the games have you travel under the water, which limits your actions, but gives the player a sense of what it's like to be a Big Daddy under the sea. In addition to Bioshock is what I like to call the Big Daddy system. Throughout the game you will defeat other Big Daddies, and then you'll have a choice to either adopt or harvest the little sister that they are protecting. If you choose to adopt them, then the little sister will guide you to a corpse lying somewhere in which she will begin to collect Adam, and it is during this time that you must protect her from splicers who will try to capture and kill her. This is the kind of gameplay that I personally enjoyed most because it kind of created a bit of a bonding experience, which is something I hadn't had in any other game. To be quite honest, I really couldn't think of any real legitimate flaws that I had with the game. The only thing that stood out to me was, although the story did feel a bit weaker than in Bioshock 1, and it's just not quite as interesting of a plot, what the game lacks in storytelling, it surpasses in moral judgment. This time around, I actually felt like a Big Daddy, and the fact that I didn't talk makes sense in a somehow creepy way, but fulfilling way. Giving me a little taste of what fatherhood would be like for me. It's a happy mistake and a good way of turning a negative that was in the first game into a positive in this game. And that's something I really give the developers credit at.
And that was my review of Bioshock 2. In terms of story-wise, it's not quite as good or as interesting or as mysterious as Bioshock 1. However, what the basic thing the best way to describe the difference between BioShock 1 and 2 is BioShock 1 has the better story, but BioShock 2 has the better gameplay mechanics. So they kind of outbalance each other. And when it comes to gameplay or story, story is always going to win for me. So if you like this review, please like, comment down below, and subscribe up top. And like always, if you would like any movie or game that you would like me to review, please comment down below and I will get it up as soon as I can. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.